Hello, everyone. Happy solar partial new moon eclipse in Cancer coming up really 2 a.m. tonight, London time, GMT, to 2:48 a.m., almost 3 a.m. You won't be able to see it here on this side of the world. I think you can see it in Australia, actually, or in the southern hemisphere. What does it mean to have an eclipse? It's a phenomenon that happens really not that uncommon every year. We have quite a few of them, and we have three coming up. One is definitely, there's quite a few big turning points to these eclipses. And the one coming up on Friday, which is tomorrow, is in Cancer. Cancer is about home and family and loved ones and nurturing. Mummy, nurturing the baby. Cancer loves to, uh, be cuddled and give love, basically. So anything ruling some kind of maternal, nurturing aspect of life is going to be highlighted. And because the opposition to Pluto, exact degrees, and Pluto is the lord of the underworld, Mr. Dark himself, maybe some dark stuff will come up. Maybe some issues connected with early childhood, maybe that weren't so great for some people. Maybe arguments within the home. Maybe secrets revealed. Pluto always reveals. He is the god of the invisible cape, coat. You see it in Harry Potter. Harry Potter had the invisible cape, and that's really taken from, in the Greek myths, Hades, which is Pluto. So, what will be revealed? Very interesting. Now, if you have your chart done, your personal astrology chart done, this is mine. It's got my progressed aspects around it too, which is another thing. But when I look at my own chart, I see that that's happening from my first house to my seventh house. So my first house has Pluto transiting through it, which means that I'm going through a transformation on a physical level right now, and I am doing a lot of things to heal myself and work on healing myself, and that's also what Pluto brings up. And this eclipse is hitting my Uranus, which is in my seventh house. It's 28 degrees Cancer, wide orb, 20 to 28, but still doable. And Uranus is about friends, is the ruler of Aquarius. So, and also my moon's in Aquarius in the first house. So, quite a lot of issues coming up around friendships and perhaps partners, and perhaps who is maybe going to be in the next leg of my journey. Seventh house is partnerships and business, as well as commitment, relationships. And so, this is how astrology works. You look at these aspects as they pass by, eclipses, signal, think of something cut, eclipse. But also it's like you nip back a plant and then it blossoms. This can happen as well. So it's, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's good to have growth. It's good to get rid of what doesn't work in your life and bring in what does. And when you do bring in what does, of course you flourish, don't you? It's not rocket science, really. But going to an astrologer, you'll find out how that affects your houses and how that affects your Venus, your moon, your Mars, whatever, anything in your chart. And I am offering for the eclipses, we have 3 coming up. I mentioned this in my other video, but I'll mention it again. We have 4 degrees Aquarius coming up on the 27th of July, and which is another eclipse. And then we have another one, August the 11th, which is at 18 Leo. Aquarius and Leo are opposites. And again, where these affect your chart, how they affect your chart is personal to you. So nobody's going to experience an eclipse exactly the same. And why would they? Because everybody's chart is individual to them. That's why everybody is an individual. Yes, that's how it works in astrology. So I'm offering a wonderful discount for this time. I'm calling it Eclipse Madness. I put it on my Facebook page. If you quote me Eclipse Madness, I will do your astrology chart for a mere 60 quid, $75 for the USA clientele. And if you go to my website, which is www.tarotbyshawncohen.weebly.com, you will see what an outstanding value that is. I'm only doing it now for this eclipse season, but really I'm only doing it till the 27th. So right after the end of, the end of July, and it's kaput. So I'm just trying to get you guys to get engaged in learning about yourself, learning about how these things affect you, why they affect you, and how to work with these energies. After all, the sun, the moon, the planets, we are made of stardust. We are made of these things. And our souls are very deeply connected to heaven and the spheres, the different dimensions. And you may think, well, how does this affect me? It will affect everyone differently. Depends on your chart. Now, my astrology students are beginning to understand this, right? So, it's really a good thing to have a chart done. And let me just say this too. Cancer is about being a mother, right? So if you've had children, if you have just had a baby, if you're about to have a baby, if you know someone who is, what a great gift to have the baby's chart done. I know the minute my daughter was born, I knew her chart. I had a good friend standing outside the delivery room going, give me the time of birth, boom, here's the chart. So I knew from the instant my daughter was born who she was via her astrology chart. And that's good parenting. You don't want to bring someone into the world and have no clue and never know what's right for them, because it's fumbling in the dark, really. Let the chart give you the roadmap for their success. And it really will. I think it should be something every parent does. Get a chart done and look at the baby's chart and try to understand, what does it mean that the child has moon in Libra, or will it be highly sensitive? Yes, that's the answer to that. Will it put others before itself? Perhaps, right? And maybe, if a chart has Venus in Virgo, very, very particular, probably will be very fussy with their food, amongst other things. So, these are just little hints that I can give you as an astrologer. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And now I also want to talk about, because I did offer this on my Facebook page, and I'm putting a video out to let people know that they can come and have a tarot reading if they fancy that. That's something more their thing. That's okay. I like to accommodate where I can. So you can have a psychic medium tarot reading with me for the same price. Again, great value over this, Eclipse Madness time. And what does a psychic medium tarot reading do for you? Well, let's find out, shall we? I'm going to lower my screen. There we go. I'm at my desk today, my writing desk. I am working on my 4th book, which is going to be an oracle based on all the In This Metaphysical Moments that I wrote for each and every show for Cafe Esoterica Radio, which, by the way, will be back on the air in September, right? Having a little hiatus while I'm busy writing and teaching some classes right now in metaphysics and astrology. So, anyway, I'm shuffling the cards and I'm thinking about what I want to know here. And let's just do some cards for the eclipse for tomorrow. How's this? What comes up? And let's see. Oh, how interesting. The 10 of Cups. I'm using the Cosmic Tarot deck. It's a beautiful deck. It looks like this, the box. There's the High Priestess in the box. And it's by Norman LaRoche. If I have it right. I haven't got my glasses on. Hold on, let me read it right. Sorry. Norbert Loesch. Yes, I knew that. Somewhere I knew that was the name. Okay. So here we have the Ten of Cups. It is a Moony card. Oh, look at that. The Nine of Swords. The Prince of Cups reverse. I'll give you all this in a minute. And the Eight of Swords. Wow. So some people are going to be going, it's a bit of a mishmash. Some people are going to be my cup runneth over with happiness and joy. That's the moon in Cancer, full of love and full of nurturing and full of happiness. And some people are, I can't deal with my emotions. I'm overwhelmed. And some people are in denial of what they feel. The Prince of Cups reverse. And some people are mourning and walking away from difficult situations that don't work. And that's a good hodgepodge, actually, of that eclipse. Because some of it is the lovely, nurturing Cancer, and some of it is the Pluto, right? So let's see if we can find out what else we got here. Well, there's the Queen of Cups. Very interesting reverse, too. So, here's the Nine of Cups. So this is a good card about love and romance and perhaps finding good partners who agree with you and enjoy you as much as you enjoy them. These are this reminds me of the blog I just did. There are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, in case you don't know, this is a card of choice. See, two. I do a blog. Let me just cut back to that for a second. I do a spiritual blog called Shelter from the Storm, which is taken from the Bob Dylan song Shelter from the Storm, right? Great, wonderful song. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. And that's my sort of gig. I love taking music and analyzing it and looking at the lyrics and thinking, well, what does this really mean? What is this really saying? And the musicians and the songwriters of my generation, God bless them, because in my time, a lyric meant something, okay? It wasn't about just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Some of it was, no question, won't deny that. But there was an awful lot of depth, which is why you'll see on my blog. If you want to check out my blog, it's on my Facebook page, but it is Psychic, Psychic, Shawn M. That's my middle name, Margaret. Shawn M. Cohen .blogspot, blogspot.co.uk or .com. Just try it, and you'll find it. Okay, and the latest one that I wrote was using Robert Plant's song "Stairway to Heaven" from Led Zeppelin. Fantastic analysis, if I do say so myself, of what that song really means. Because a lot of people, they don't know. They're like, what could that possibly mean? If there's a bustle in your headroom, don't be alarmed now. Well, I think Robert is giving us some really wise and sage advice in that song. And very, very interesting spiritual song, actually. Very spiritual. So if you want to check that out, that's on my website. You can link to it on my website, and you can also link to it from my Facebook page, or you can just go there yourself, or just Google Shawn Cohen psychic metaphysical blog, and you'll find it. Now, so we have lots of choices here. We have lots of interesting things going on. Perhaps work is going to be important for some people because Cancer is also about security, nurturing, but the home, keeping the home secure. Cancers, love their home on their back. The little crab walks around with his home on his back. So it's important for him or her to have security in their home. And we also have the past. Cancer rules the past. So does Capricorn. Capricorn is more about history, ancient history. Cancer's more about genetic history, which is slightly different. So you have the DNA code, you have the ancestors. Cancer's the father, Capricorn's the father, Cancer's the mother. This is the iconic sort of eclipse we're having. So some people with aging parents may have some issues with their parents over this eclipse. Can't be helped, just the way it is. And some people will become parents over this eclipse, funnily enough. So, very interesting times. They say, may you live in interesting times. We most certainly do. Now, before I leave you, I will say one more thing. That was just a very, very quick little tarot reading, but yours would be an hour at least long. And the same for your astrology chart, because I usually go at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half with the charts, because we look at transits too. We look at not just what's happening in the natal chart, but also what's up ahead for the year. With the tarot, I look more past, present, future. I give messages from spirit, which I'm happy to give, very happy to give. And also, I have the ability to tune into pets from the other side. So if you've lost an animal, dog, cat, horse, rabbit, whatever, and that animal loves you enough to want to come through, which they do. They're always very enthusiastic. They love their people parents. Then they'll come through for you with a message. It's an amazing thing, and my clients love it. There's a lot of tears, but they're tears of happiness. Right. So one last thing. I am putting up reminders that I have created 3 workbooks. So here's one, the tarot workbook. Here's 2, Metaphysics 1 workbook. And here's 3, Metaphysics 2 workbook. Each one of these beautiful workbooks are for the student of tarot or metaphysics. And I use them with my classes. So the tarot workbook goes with the Rider-Waite deck, and it is a beautiful, easy to learn tarot. Everything you want to know is in there. After all, I've been doing it for 36 years now. 35 years. I graduated with a degree in metaphysics in Los Angeles, California in 1983. Okay. I came to London in 1985, and I've been working in my profession since 1983, so you do the math. It's a long time. And I love my work. I love my students. I love my clients. It's really my calling. I am a light worker, and I help to train light workers. And what a gift. It is a gift, but it's a big responsibility. So I take my work very seriously. I take my clients' issues, whatever comes up, very seriously. Everything is private, everything. But if you want to take a class with me, I also take my teaching responsibilities very seriously. And although we do have fun in class, my students learn, and they learn how to be the best person they can be. They learn who they really are. Why they're here, what's their purpose. If it's the tarot, they learn the tarot already. 6 months ago, I taught a group of students. Each and every one of them are working professionally as a tarot reader right now. They're doing readings, and they're making some money in it. Some are doing it because they love it. Some are doing it because they love it, but they also want to work in it. But the fact that they can do it at all, it's fantastic, isn't it? So, the tarot workbook is available on blurb.co.uk, www.blurb.co.uk. My workbooks, both Meta 1 and Meta 2, also available. And there is, right now, the publisher is offering yet another discount. So I'll give you the discounts when they come up. It has nothing to do with me. I have no... it's all Blurb. It's not me. So this is the discount. If you use this code, you get 25% off. This is a trade book, and that's what they're called on that website. So the code is 254U. So I'll show it to you. I know it's backwards on here, but 254U. Okay, 254U. So, blurb.co.uk, tarot by Shawn Cohen.weebly.com. You can connect to Blurb through my website. Just scroll through the different pages. One says more, and then it says my books, and you click on that. It'll take you right to where you can buy them. And with that, I just want to say have a happy eclipse. It doesn't have to be maudlin or morose. Of course not, although some people are saying that. If you're with your beloveds and you're happy, you're going to have a great time. And if you're not, come and have a reading. Let's find out why. All right? On that note, I wish you a lovely day and a happy eclipse. God bless. See you next time. Bye.